Welcome to the channel. Here, we provide clear, actionable insights into the complex world of tax and accounting to help your business thrive.
Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are diving right into the stuff that really matters for business owners with an LLC. We've taken all the expert advice and boiled it down to help you avoid some seriously expensive, but surprisingly common, mistakes.
So, you've gone through all the trouble of forming an LLC. You feel that sense of security, right? Like you've built this bulletproof shield around your personal assets. But here's the thing. A few simple slip-ups can literally shatter that shield, leaving you totally exposed. Let's break down exactly what those slip-ups are.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll start with the huge mistakes people make right at the very beginning, then we'll get into the bad day-to-day habits that can wreck your protection, and we'll wrap up with some bigger picture strategy. Sound good?
All right, let's kick things off with those fatal first steps. These are the foundational errors that can sabotage your LLC before you've even made your first dollar.
Okay, mistake number 1. And this is a sneaky one that happens right in your operating agreement. So many people just default to being member managed, and they have no idea what they're giving up by not choosing manager managed.
Now just look at the difference here. It's really all about privacy and speed. When you're manager managed, only the manager's name goes on the public record. This keeps the actual owners, the members, private, which is a huge layer of asset protection. Plus, one person can make quick decisions instead of having to get a vote on every little thing.
Mistake number 2, falling for the big myth. You've probably heard it, right? Oh, you got to incorporate in Delaware or Nevada. It's better for business. Well, for most small businesses, that's just terrible advice that creates a ton of headaches and extra fees. Look, here's the bottom line. Unless you're trying to become a massive corporation or get huge venture capital funding, you're still going to have to register your business in the state where you actually work. So if you incorporate somewhere else, you're just doubling your paperwork and paying fees in 2 places. Just keep it simple.
Okay, mistake number 3. Now this one is huge, especially if your business is actually making good money. It's sticking with a standard LLC when electing to be taxed as an S-Corp could save you thousands. Both avoid that nasty corporate double tax, but they treat one specific tax completely differently.
This table lays it all out. The key difference is right there in that second row. With an S-Corp, yeah, you have to pay yourself a reasonable salary, and you pay self-employment tax on that. But, and this is the important part, any other profit you take out of the business is a distribution, and you do not pay self-employment tax on that.
Now with a regular old LLC, every single dollar of profit gets hit with this 15.3% tax for Social Security and Medicare. Every single dollar.
And here's what that looks like in real money. If your business clears $100,000 in profit, that could be an extra $15,000 in taxes you're paying for no reason. The rule of thumb is pretty simple. If you're netting over, say, $40,000 or $50,000 a year, you need to be talking to your accountant about an S-Corp election, like yesterday. All right, so let's say you've got the setup down perfectly. You think you're safe, right? Well, not so fast. Even with a perfect start, the wrong daily habits can make all that initial work totally worthless. This brings us to mistake number 4, the set it and forget it mentality. This is so common. People think the LLC is a magic shield they can just put up and walk away from. No, you have to constantly prove, with good records, that you are running a real, legitimate business that's separate from you.
And this is what happens when things go really wrong. It's called piercing the corporate veil. And trust me, it's as scary as it sounds. It means a court decides your LLC is a sham, and they just ignore it. Suddenly, that business lawsuit is your lawsuit, and your house, your car, your savings, it's all on the table.
So you're probably asking, how do I stop that from ever happening? Well, it comes down to these 3 non-negotiable rules. 1. Actually follow the rules you wrote in your own operating agreement. 2. Write stuff down, meetings, big decisions. And 3, this is the big one. Keep the money separate.
Which leads us right into mistake number 5, using those generic fill-in-the-blank documents you find online. I get it seems cheap and easy, but it's so risky. A real estate business needs totally different protections than a consulting business. Your legal documents have to be tailored to what you actually do. And here it is, mistake number 6. Honestly, this is the cardinal sin of running an LLC, not keeping your business and personal money separate. If a lawyer ever wants to pierce your corporate veil, this is the very first place they're going to look.
Why? Because it's the easiest way to prove you're not treating the company like a real business, but more like your personal piggy bank. I want you to think of this as a big, bright, uncrossable line. Business money in the business account, personal money in the personal account. That's it. No grabbing coffee with the business card, no paying your rent from the business account. This strict separation is your #1 defense.
Okay, for our last section, let's pull back and look at the big picture. These next two mistakes show a real misunderstanding of what an LLC is even for.
Mistake number 7 is something you see all the time, especially with real estate investors. They get this idea to create a separate LLC for every single property they own. The idea to separate the risk is good, but in practice, it just creates this insane mountain of paperwork and fees that often doesn't even provide that much more protection.
And that brings us to our final one, mistake number 8, just fundamentally misunderstanding what an LLC can and can't do. It's a powerful tool for sure. It protects your personal stuff from business problems and your business stuff from personal problems, but it is not a magical force field. If you're a doctor or a lawyer, for example, it's not going to protect you from a malpractice suit. That's where you need things like really good business insurance and maybe even specialized trusts.
Okay, so we've been through a lot. Setup mistakes, daily habits, big picture strategy. When you boil it all down, what's the one thing you absolutely have to remember?
You know, this quote from attorney John Chung just nails it. The piece of paper you get from the state doesn't protect you. It's the disciplined, consistent way you run your business every single day that does. Being complacent is the same as having no LLC at all.
Look, an LLC is an incredible tool, but only if you use it right. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's the one small habit you can start or improve today to make sure your shield is as strong as it can be? Thanks for tuning into this explainer.